What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, this is not a typo. Elliot has never heard Nirvana's Nevermind. So,
Yeah.
Elliot, I'm going to give you a chance to explain yourself because I feel like a lot of people are going to be thinking like what I think when I watch a lot of like the Drumeo channel and they'll play like this super well-known song and they need to figure out how to drum it. And then my wife and I is like, how have you not heard this song before? But now we have an entire album,
entire
one of the
entire
most
album.
important rock albums of the last like 50 years.
All
So
right.
explain
Well,
yourself.
I think how I'll explain it because I feel like some people might even think that I'm just like lying that I've never listened to this record before. I have heard some songs. I've heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit," of course,
No way you
but the
couldn't.
first time I've heard any Nirvana was Weird Al's "Smells Like Nirvana." Like I heard that before I heard any Nirvana song. First off, I just want to say I was raised in a Christian household, an evangelical Christian household out in the country. I did not have a lot of friends outside of my Christian private school. And most of the music up until I think like sixth grade that I listened to was like gospel or like alternative kind of like Christian rock stuff like that. Like Switchfoot and Cutlass and these types of bands. Nobody knows who Cutlass is, but I do. So and so by the time I kind of got into high school, it was like new metal was huge and like post grunge was huge. I didn't know it was called post grunge. And there was just so many heavier bands that kind of consumed me and I don't remember anybody talking about Nirvana when I was in middle school or high school really. Personally, it kind of like felt like it was like a resurgence later. And most of my friends, I called them this in the Discord, and people I think got upset about it. But Nirvana to me was always like a Walmart T-shirt band. I didn't really know who they are, but I know they had T-shirts of them at Walmart, along with like Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith and the Beatles and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and those are all bands I never listened to and never had any desire to listen to because I was listening to like Slipknot and Korn, and then after that I started getting into punk music, and so it just never occurred to me to go back and listen to Nirvana's Nevermind. It's been kind of like on my list to listen to, but I've just never done it. So it never like felt like I needed to listen to it, but I probably should because it's a very important rock record, as you said, and just for punk and alternative in general as well. And Kurt Cobain's kind of a punk guy. Is that correct as well?
I
When he
think
was
that's
younger.
I think that's how he identifies, and I think a lot of the
Yeah.
I am dude. I am by no means a Nirvana expert, but they are like
Yeah.
I this
Think
album
that he was
like
a big Fang fan, right? I think the
I think the
hardcore punk band
Melvins
Fang.
too. Yeah. Um,
Melvins. Okay.
So for me, this album was like unavoidable. I'm like the MTV generation where like
Hmm.
every band I found, like starting like with like Dookie and The Offspring and Bush and 311 and Nirvana. You know, Nirvana, I was still kind of young. I was young when this came out. I didn't hear it probably until after Dookie. But like I cannot imagine getting through junior high and high school without hearing this album. I think like all of my friends own this. So,
Yeah.
and now this is my wife's like top two or three favorite. So I still hear this all the time. So the
Well,
fact that
when
you've
you
never heard it is crazy.
well, this was blowing up, and this was still in like kind of like the zeitgeist of talking about it. It's like a fresh record when you were in high school, right?
No,
Uh,
dude, I'm not that old. I would,
no,
I was,
I guess not old. Middle school? No, I was kidding.
yeah. When I was when I was in middle school, like this, everybody was still talking about Nirvana, but Kurt Cobain died when I was still in grammar school. Like I was still in
Okay.
elementary school.
Yeah.
In 94, I was like in third grade,
Yeah.
maybe fourth grade. So I mean, I didn't listen. I wasn't listening to them in 91 for sure. I with 100%
Yeah.
certainty, I could say that.
I felt like when I was in school, it was kind of like I feel like one of the last big kind of gasp of rocks. big presence in the mainstream, and so there was just so many other bands coming out that people were talking about still. Where I feel like it's like now that if you didn't really listen to Nirvana or you didn't have somebody who showed you Nirvana, that you could miss them. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just like a weirdo here, but and now that Nirvana had like a resurgence as well with kind of like Gen Z and stuff like
Yeah.
that, because I feel like it's kind of had this resurgence of looking back at it, especially since like rock has not like been in the big mainstream for like a little bit now, and people are kind of going back and listening to like Nirvana and checking out Green Day. I know Green Day has a lot of younger fans resurging up again and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this is one I missed. I also missed Red Hot Chili Peppers. I also missed any '90s grunge. I never listened to
Damn, dude.
Soundgarden. I've never listened to. I did. No, it's not true. I listened to Alice in
Alice?
Chains.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, The Dirt.
Mm.
Dirt. I listened to that because I had a friend and we used to swap records back and forth. And I'd be like, you listen to this and you give me one to listen to. And he made me listen to it. And I thought that was a great record. So if it's anything like Dirt, I think I'll probably like Nevermind. I know it Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's going to be pretty hard to judge Smells Like Teen Spirit because I don't think I've ever like personally seeked out and listened to the song, but I've heard it like many times. It just plays. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
song that comes on. It's like Sweet Child O' Mine at this point. So, but I think the only other song I know, "Come As You Are," the intro riff. I don't think I've ever listened to that. And the other one is Lithium because I think it was on a rock band.
Yeah.
But the rest of these don't seem familiar at all to me.
Okay.
So
Well, we're gonna find. Let's just get straight into it.
yeah, let's do it. It's a long record, so let's rock this thing.
It's 50 minutes at
Which
least.
is long for us.
Yeah. So basically, what we're gonna do before we get started, you can see there's like a little scale here. It was tough to find any positive songs, but we did the best we could. We're gonna rank every song after we listen to it on a scale of 1 to 10. But then we're gonna show you how it made us feel on our pain/satisfaction scale. If you can't read it, aneurysm, downer, love buzz, heart-shaped box. And then because there's literally nothing positive, the last one is just Nirvana. So shout out to Elliot for thinking of that for us, because I was ready to scrap the whole thing. I was like, dude, there's just nothing.
It's the gimmick. It's the gimmick of the first reacts. We need it. So it makes us unique.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's kick off this first song here. Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yes.
I mean, you've heard it, but we've got to listen to the album in order. That's
100%.
That's the way.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Smells Like Teen Spirit in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. I didn't realize that song was 5 minutes long. That was
I
Smells
was
Like.
saying me neither. I've heard it on the radio. I feel like it should have been like a 3-minute, 30-second track is how I remember it, like hearing it on the radio and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember 5 minutes. It did seem really long. Like the solo doesn't even hit till 3 minutes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's when, in my mind, that's where it like ends. You do the solo, and then it comes back into like the bass part, and then he goes da na na na, and then it slows down and ends on like a slow chord. Then it fades out. But no, it just went. It just kept going for like another minute and a half. That said, it's still a good song. I don't even know if it necessarily overstays its welcome. I think it works. I like the little droning guitar solo. I've heard it before. It is 5 minutes, but as like a hit song from the 90s, this is probably like one of the best ones.
Yeah.
So pretty easily. I'd give this like an 8. It'd probably be higher if it was we could have shaved a minute, to be honest. I feel like we could have shaved a minute, but I don't think it really overstays its welcome. I would have just personally liked it more if it was like ended how I said it would, in my head canon of how it should have ended. But yeah, what you got? Yeah, so I guess I'm heart-shaped box heading towards Nirvana. So I always forget to use these.
I know, me too. So I mean, this is not a first reaction for me, but like, dude, I have like one of the worst attention spans ever on record,
Yeah.
and this is like one of the best rock songs of all time. Like,
Yeah.
I have to give it a 10. Um,
Okay.
I love this song. Like, I remember rocking out to this when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and it still hits, man. I don't know if this is just like like the remaster we're listening to, but it sounds awesome.
The chorus is really good. It's a great chorus. So,
Yeah,
I mean, especially for 1991,
yeah, dude.
I can see this being so great. Like compared to everything else that was happening at the time. I mean, we don't have to like sit here and talk about like the cultural impact and the history of Nirvana
Mhm.
or anything like that. But I can imagine if I was a kid in the 90s and I heard this would have like blown me away. Uh, I never had that feeling of being blown away by Smells Like Teen Spirit because, like I said, I also had like Slipknot. I mean, I remember Slipknot's Duality blowing me
Yeah,
away when I first heard it, and
that's
it's
a
like
great
it's just a
song.
different thing. Yeah. And so that felt like something I've never heard before in my entire life. And I heard Slipknot's Duality, and Slipknot was kind of an entry level band to a lot of
Mhm.
stuff as well for me because I was pretty young. That was before I even listened to punk. I heard that. So Slipknot was my Nirvana.
That's another reaction I've been wanting to do is Iowa. I've never listened to Iowa before, and I know that people love that
Uh,
record. But yeah,
yeah, it's a great record.
dude, I don't know if like collectively we've ever had 18 on a song.
Never,
So
never. I
it's
mean, it's gonna be on a record, it should be on one that is highly praised on this, and on a song that has 2 billion streams. So,
yeah, that's freaking
so
wild.
yeah, somebody likes it.
So the next song is In Bloom, and
I don't think I've ever heard this one. So
I'll be, dude, after you hear it, I feel like you've heard, like, 4 Year
okay.
Strong covers this. There's a
Oh, have
couple
they?
other bands that cover that. Like, this is super, super, like, the first three
Did Neck
songs.
Deep cover it, or did they just have another
No,
song
I think
called
they
In
have a
Bloom?
song called In Bloom, but it's not a
Okay,
cover. But I
okay.
think, like, the first three you've probably heard, and then you've heard Comeback Kids' version of Territorial Pissings.
Oh yeah,
And,
I've heard that. I thought that was their song.
but yeah,
So
we'll get into track two. Like, hey, dude, if you really haven't heard this, that's like incredible. Cause
all right, I'll see. I'll let you know. I will be
yeah,
100% honest, 100% transparent. The the Christian kid who lived in the country in me will not lie to you. I swear. All
all
right.
right. Well, let's get into track number two. This is In Bloom. It's 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Another long one, but it looks like the rest of the album is only one more over 4 minutes, which is
Yeah, the
nice.
rest of the album seems normal.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So here we go. In Bloom in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. In Bloom.
okay,
Have you heard it?
the chorus sounds familiar, but it's not like crazy familiar. Like I have the chorus. I feel like I have heard it at some point, either a cover or on the radio or somewhere. The chorus, that little na 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 na. I was like, okay, this sounds familiar, but not like crazy, not like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
You know, like this was Smells Like Teen Spirit. I firmly, know the chorus, know everything. This is just one that I think I have heard in passing, and it's probably in movies. Who knows where it's been played? But I don't like this one as much as Smells Like Teen Spirit. It felt longer,
Yeah, it
even
did
though
feel long.
yeah, it feels longer than Smells Like Teen Spirit, even though it's a minute shorter. I still think it's a well structured song. Would I listen to this one? If I listen to the record like we're doing now, I would, but I don't think I would ever just go out of my way to listen to In Bloom. It's not like bad or anything. I'll give In Bloom. It's a great chorus, super great chorus, well written. I'll give it a 7. Or yeah, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. There's nothing really wrong with it. I think it drones a little too long. It's not as good as Smells Like Teen Spirit. But it's a great chorus. I like the melody. I like Kurt's voice. So What do you think?
There's some days that I don't know why. There's some days I like this better than Teen Spirit. Um, this is tough for me, man. This is like an album that I have so much nostalgia for. Like go
Yeah.
back and rank it like is very very difficult. This may be like how you felt during the MCR one, but like this is I'm really struggling. Because like if a band put out this song now and I'm hearing it for the first time, I may be like, but like all the years and years of listening to it, I have to go. I like the solo in this one too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 8.2. I mean, it's
Okay.
you gotta remember in like the cassette and CD generation, like those first few songs were like everything.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I heard up to Polly probably like 10,000 times. Maybe not that, but you know what I mean. Like
I know what you mean.
it's tough. But I'll go 8.2. It's a really good song. It's a banger. Most of the songs on here are, but 8.2 still very high scores from
We're
both of us.
positive. Like
Yeah.
if this was, I think 7 was almost the highest that Sum 41 new Sum 41
Yeah.
album got. So,
Yeah.
uh,
But we'll move on to the next one. Come As You Are. I'm surprised it's only 330 because it's a slower. Like I guess In
It
Bloom
is.
is kind of slow too, but this 1.2 billion.
so I know
Plays.
this. I know this riff, this opening riff. I don't remember anything else about the song though. I can't remember what the chorus sounds like. And I know the riff. There was we talked about it. Or I guess I don't know. Notoriously, people were saying they stole it from Killing Joke, but then Killing Joke took it from The Damned. So it was. This riff has just been passed down from a generation, from 70s to 80s to 90s. So it's a great riff.
All right.
But let's check it out.
Yeah, this I remember this too. You always talk about Rock Band. For me, there's like that game Rocksmith where you play the actual guitar. And I remember learning some of these songs. I was like surprised how like kind of not complex, but like kind of the chords were like weirder than I thought. And this is one that I remember learning on there. But we'll get into it. We're gonna go to Come As You Are in 3, 2, 1. All right, so that was Come As You Are. Let me clear the scores here. Elliot, I'll go first on this one. I gave you the last two. So
That's fine.
I was expecting to really. I remember I used to like this song. Aside from when like the guitar, like the distortion kind of kicks in in that
echo
one
effect.
part,
Yeah.
that the rest of the song now, I know people are probably gonna be upset. It kind of I'm dipping a little bit. My interest is waning on a lot of the verses, but like when it picks up, it's great. Of the three though so far, this is like definitely it's gonna be third place. So with that said, I love that the chorus. It's got the weakest solo too so far. By the way, I'm gonna give this one we'll go 6.9 on it.
Okay. I really like this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I really like this one. It reminds me of like Joy Division and The Damned a lot. I mean, it's the riff is inspired by Life Goes On by The Damned, and I really like Life Goes On by The Damned. I like that whole record. I forget what it's called. It has a pig on it, strawberries, something like that. I'm sure you don't know. You're not like
No, I
a
don't
Damned
know.
fan. I like Joy Division and The Damned, and this seems super inspired by that new wave sound, but mixed with like the grunge sound. I like it a lot. I don't know if I like it more than Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's kind of hard because I've heard Smells Like Teen Spirit so many times that it feels like just randomly and stuff like that. It doesn't feel as fresh as Come As You Are. It sounds to me right now. But I'll go like 7.8. I thought it was a pretty good jam. So I like that a lot. So
Nice. So
I like
overall,
I like how he sung it. I actually like the solo. I think it kind of worked within the song. It's kind of weird, like
yeah.
this kind of echo effect. It matched the vibe
Mhm.
that the song was setting pretty well, though it wasn't as interesting of a solo. Also, I like that their solos are so fucking simple.
Yeah.
They're not trying to show off like how amazing they are at playing the guitar and stuff like that. And I know so much of like guitar at some point when you're younger and you're learning to play the guitar and you watching stuff, it's all like a competition. Who's the best guitarist? Who's the best guitarist? It doesn't matter. You gotta write a good song. You gotta write a good strong structure with a good melody. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how well you can play. We listen to punk. We don't listen to progressive rock. So
Exactly. Amen to
yeah,
that, man. I agree with the 100% of what you're saying.
art is not a competition. Okay,
There it is again.
I know.
Um, all right. The next song, I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard it because it's the first one
I've
that's
never heard.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a single. 154 million plays, so it's got like a tenth what the last one did.
Barely any plays. Nirvana's fell off. No.
Yeah, the B side is other than Something in the Way, the B side's got like real low play counts. Well, low in terms of massive
Yes, I was
albums.
saying.
Yeah.
I know.
Still all
Low,
over like 50 million. So, but
low in comparison to such bands as Assorted Jelly
yeah,
Beans and the Voodoo Glow Skulls.
yeah.
Speaking of
One of these songs is like enough, like an entire band's catalog times like 100.
I know.
All right.
So,
You want to get into
yeah,
Breed here?
yeah, let's get into Breed, but real quick, can you cut right here, John?
Okay, we're gonna kick off Breed in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. That was Breed. Probably the most punk rock song we're gonna get on here.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
So I have heard this before.
Yeah.
I was like, when I was listening to the song, I was picturing a video game cars racing in like a demolition derby or something like that. I was like, what is this thing? I was looking it up. It's like, it's been in so many video games. It's been in Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, but there's a game called Motor Storm. It was in as well. It was on the soundtrack of. So I didn't even know it was Nirvana. It was just a song on the soundtrack of a video game I played. But yeah, Breed was in a lot of video games. So apparently it was also a Rock Band 2 DLC, which I have no clue about. I don't remember playing it on Rock Band, but yeah, I mean this song is good. There's nothing wrong with that. They would be great on like a playlist. It has a good energy to it. It's like the most punk rock song on the one. I love the melodies, how he sings the stuff. It's like it's good. It's really catchy. It's really well constructed. I'll give it the same as "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I'll give it like an 8. I think it's a great song. I like it a lot. So, maybe a little higher. I don't know. I'll think about it. Go ahead. You say some of your thoughts on Breed.
I don't know. Like I don't know if I've listened to this song with like good headphones on before, but that guitar or dude, I play guitar. I don't know if that was the guitar or the bass, but that's where I thought you were going with the car noise. Like that is like the fuzziest guitar I've ever heard.
It is super heavy. It makes me realize that all these like later stoner rock and noise rock bands like Red Fang and stuff, like all their guitar is like so low. But Nirvana did it in 91.
Yeah.
I guess Sabbath did it in 1969 or whenever that record came out, but it's not as low as this. Yeah, it's
man,
crazy low.
That's the fuzziest guitar I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it was weird, man. I felt like it fading in and out. I don't know if that was on my end or what, but that was weird. But yeah, this song.
So what? You saying it threw you for a loop?
Yeah, it just sounded different than I remember it on my tape. But
yeah,
I guess that's not hard when you have like a $20 RCA cassette deck in the 90s and then now. So
only true way to listen to Nevermind.
So. I'm trying to think. It's more of a banger than I thought. Like I definitely think it's above Come As You Are for me. I think I'd put it slightly below In Bloom. Now,
Okay.
again, I'm making that fatal mistake where I'm not writing down what I scored things, but like
I believe Smells Like Teen Spirit was a 10.
10.
In Bloom, I think, was an 8.2.
Okay.
Or and Come As You Are was a 6.9.
All right, I'm gonna go 7.9 then. I'll go right with you.
Okay.
It rips. I don't remember it being that good, but
It's a good song.
it's
I like that.
awesome. Yeah.
I'd put that. This was the one I'd probably revisit the most, just because it's the freshest sounding to me. But yeah, I have heard that one before. I'm curious how many of these I've actually just heard before somewhere, because that intro, at least, I feel like that was like on a trailer for a video game.
It
like,
had to
straight.
be, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was. So.
And Lithium next, dude, I'm telling you, you probably heard Lithium before.
I have, because I think it was on Rock Band. I remember playing it. I know it has like a. I remember when I heard it. I haven't listened to it since I played Rock Band in like middle school, though. So or freshman year of high school. So.
All right, well, let's see if Elliot can piece this together. We're gonna play Lithium now, track number 5, 605 million plays. It's 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. All right, Elliot, do you remember Lithium from anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Rock Band 2, apparently.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was looking it up, and also it sounds pretty familiar, like just the chorus and everything. I probably have heard it other places as well. So it's a pretty good strong song. The melodies are great. The songwriting is top notch. How it's structured. Still, I feel like it feels long.
Yes.
I know it's 4 minutes. I feel like it feels long, just like In Bloom did. Whereas I feel like Smells Like Teen Spirit, even at 5 minutes, felt shorter than In Bloom and Lithium a little bit. But that said, it's still a good song. I'll probably give it the same as In Bloom, like a 7. So, I mean, like, even if it's not like particularly something I would listen to too often, I can still respect the songwriting and how it's written, and there's nothing really wrong with it. So, as a song, but what do you think?
It's of the singles, it's definitely my least favorite. It drags a little bit. It's an odd choice for a single too, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably my least favorite so far that we've heard. I don't know, man. Like, I've definitely heard this a lot. I don't, and I've been pretty generous up to this point, so I'm gonna get real on this one. This is usually a skip for me if I'm listening to the record.
I can see that.
Yeah, like I'd give this like a 5.1. Being real, like
That's pretty low.
yeah,
I will say I think In Bloom has is still a better song. Say like, you can drive it down to like a 6.7 or 6.8 on this one.
Yeah, this
I think I'm right. I think I'd rather listen to In Bloom over Lithium.
it sounds like almost like a watered down version of "Come As You Are." Like, it's very, to me, those two songs are very similar structure.
Yeah, some of the melodies have some similarities.
Yeah. And it's like "Come As You Are" is definitely, because for me it's clearly better, and it's similar enough that I don't really need this song, so I'll go 5.1. And Polly, I feel like this is probably the last one you actually. Drain You is pretty popular as well. So,
I'll see. Who knows? I might just recognize the entire record.
You might.
Who knows? Because I was looking through video game soundtracks that Nirvana appears in. There's like almost all the songs were in a video game at some point on this record.
Yeah, even Something in the Way you may have heard one place or another.
I'm curious,
but we'll get into Polly now, which is a pretty popular song too.
Is it? I never even heard of it. Like the name. Like I've heard the name of some of these, but never even heard of Polly.
It's a fast one. As far as grunge songs go, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. So we'll see how you like this one.
Territorial Pissings even shorter.
Yeah, 2:22. Well, that one's a banger. We know that. Right. Spoiler alert.
Well, it's covered by Comeback Kid. I'm curious how the Nirvana one songs.
Yeah.
Nirvana one sounds. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's count down. Let's get into it.
All right. Here we go. Polly in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. Have you heard it? Have you heard
No,
Polly?
no, I can firmly say I've never heard this song.
Damn. But you've heard Automatic by Lagwagon, right?
Yeah, I was literally about to say, wash your hair, clean your teeth, develop at it, automatic. It's literally I was thinking of when I was listening to the song. I was like, oh, it literally is Polly
Yeah.
by Nirvana. Automatic's a great song by Lagwagon though. So
Mhm.
I like both of those songs. I like Polly. A little acoustic track, not super long, has a good melody. It's a final track on the A side as well. So you'd be listening to this and you'd be flipping it. So it's a good position in the album. Once again, we're listening together and pausing. So the ranking kind of changes when you listen to the album just by yourself, which I'll probably do after we do this. Just listen through it again or tomorrow. So how it flows, because I only can sometimes guesstimate how it's going to flow because we stop and discuss it. But I think it's a nice little ending to the A side, and I like the song. I'm not going to say it's like as good as Smells Like Teen Spirit or Come As You Are, but I like it more than Lithium. I like it. So I'll give it like a 7.2. It's a good song.
That's fair. I don't like songs like this. Typically like if this song came out now, it would be a skip, but like this is like a fun song to pick up the acoustic and bang out. It's the melody is fantastic. Yeah, I mean
it is.
it's better than Lithium, I agree. It's probably my number 5 on the album so far, 5 out of 6. So, I mean, that's the thing. I went low, and I'm gonna go 6.7. It's a good song. That's
you went too low on Lithium, man. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, that's like I don't see myself going much higher on any acoustic track. So that's
I'll say 6.7 is pretty good for you for an acoustic track.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's high praise. That's like a 10 out of 10 acoustic track for like normal people.
I mean, they kept it under 3 minutes, and it's a slow song like that. It's
I want to learn it. I want to play it on the guitar. Yeah, I like it. Also, I think so the positioning's perfect because now we're going into Territorial Pissings, which you say is a banger, and I know Comeback Kid has covered this. So now we're flipping the record. I just listened to Polly. It just ended on that, and I'm getting up. I'm taking the record off. I'm spinning around to the B side. I'm putting it on. I'm putting the record on. I'm sitting back down with my whiskey. So let's get into Territorial Pissings here and see how it goes.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I love that they kept that vocal take at the end.
Yeah. No, this what a killer way to kick off the B-side too. I mean, we've been doing a couple first reacts, and I feel like people are missing their opportunity to put just a banger on the B-side to start it off. People keep doing these slow songs to start off the B-side. I mean, stop it. Make the B-side intro as good as the intro to the A side. Like, just give us 2 A sides. Like, that's what I feel like. Just give us 2 A sides. This is a good kickoff. I like this transition from Polly, and you flip the record, and you go to Territorial Pissings, and I like it. It's a banger. It's a good song. I don't know how if I like it more than like Breed, or Smells Like Teen Spirit, or Come As You Are. Part of me wants to like it more. It's just this straight up punk song.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the melodies it's a fun song. It's a great way to start off the B-side, but I don't know how much I actually might like the Comeback Kid one a little more.
Yeah. It's definitely cleaner.
Yeah. So, but I like this. I like it's just like a random ass like hardcore punk song thrown in just to start off the B-side. I think it's great. I'll give it like the same as it did I forget what it was, but I'll do 7.8. I think it's a good song.
Yeah, like it's a banger. Like there's no way around it, but it's like it doesn't have kind of the not necessarily the complexities, but like the memorableness of like the earlier tracks, right? Like it's clearly just like a straight ahead like hardcore punk song, like you were saying. And even at 222, you're hearing a lot of the same things.
It literally, it actually could be shorter.
It could be shorter.
This is a song that sounds like it could wrap up like at a minute 40.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
even less. Like there's a lot of
minute
repeating.
36. Let's do minute 36 on this. Yeah, I mean, it really does feel like just a song that's just there to hit you in the face and leave. So
yeah, that's. With that said, when I was younger, this was my favorite one because I hadn't heard anything like this before.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, if I was younger and heard this would be like my favorite one too. I'd be like, yo, this is the fucking punk song. Hell yeah. So
yeah,
but as a full grown adult, I'm not gonna say Territorial Pissings is better than like Smells Like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are and Breed and even so.
I'm with you, man. Like. I'm surprised, like, when I saw the track list, I was like, okay, it's going to be, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then Territorial Pissings will be number 2. But now, like, honestly, I've heard all these songs, but it's been decades, maybe plural, that I sat down and listened to it on where you get the actual context. You know, like, I've heard it on, like, playlists and shuffles and random, but, like, I haven't locked in and listened to it in quite I'm gonna say maybe 20 years. So
yeah,
7-6 is where I'm at. Still a really good song.
Yeah, we're about the same. We're matching up pretty close here. So let's go into Drain You.
All right, I think this is the last one I think you may have heard, by the way.
Okay. And I have never heard the original Territorial Pissings. I've only heard the Comeback Kid cover. So
that is funny.
Yeah, which I did not. I thought it was an original Comeback Kid song up until you told me otherwise.
They made it sound like an original for sure. Like it fits on that album so well.
Yeah, it's a banger. If you haven't heard the Comeback Kid cover of Territorial Pissings, definitely check it out. It's a fucking banger.
All right.
So
well, let's get into Drain You now. In 3, 2, 1. One baby, two, another says I'm lucky. All right, Elliot, what did you think of Drain You? Have you heard it before?
I had the intro sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, all these things have only been passively listened to. I've never like directly looked up. I don't think I've ever just typed in any of these songs to listen to into Spotify or anything like that. But Drain You, I'm getting the same energy I kind of have for In Balloon, for Lithium. The same for Drain You. It's like it's great structure. It's a great melody. It's very catchy. Kurt's voice is really good. There's some cool stuff going on. The lyrics I kind of like the lyrics on this one more than I did In Bloom and Lithium. That weird line where it's like, the water is so yellow, I'm a healthy student and stuff like that. I like the lyrics on this one. But I don't know. It's around the same for that. I feel like this is the third time they've done this song, if I'm being honest. Which it's a good song. It's a good strong structure, but I feel like this is the third time I've heard this song already on the album. We're only on track 8, so this is the probably the meanest I'll be, because I like the album so far. I'm more positive I think I've been on anything we've done a first listen react to. But I don't know. I'll do 7.5 for Drain You. So I don't know if it's because I've already heard it 2 other times. So you know what I'm saying, though? Like, do you agree with that, or what do you think?
A lot of these are very... Dude, I just remembered, too, that we've been completely neglecting the scale since, like, the second track.
I know. Sorry. We spent like 10 minutes fixing the scale. We haven't even used it. Let me use it right now. Yeah. I'm like between Love Buzz and Heart Shaped Box, but only from like a songwriting perspective, not as much as I'm gonna revisit this too often perspective. So,
oh my god, yeah. I was just reading. I was like, oh yeah, like it's like right in the middle of the screen the whole time, and I forgot about it. This is a tough one, dude, because I totally hear the similarities, but like I love the beginning. I love the vocal melody. The like interlude part I can live without it, but it does
Yeah.
build some tension. I like this one though. I like this one a lot.
Like, I mean, there's a part of me that wants to like it more than Lithium and In Bloom, both.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because of where it's at in the album. I think as isolated, I think this one does have a stronger melody than Lithium. So
Yeah.
I might actually, I can't really go back and lower Lithium score because I have no clue what I put it as. But so I'm just gonna put Drain You as 7.5 for right now. But there's a part of me that does think it's out of these three songs that to me are like sound like the same song, which this is coming from someone who listens to a lot of punk. I
Yeah.
can't say any. I listen to records that every song sounds exactly the same, and so it's not going to lose too many points for that. It's just the fact that I'm already this kind of like new territory for me. So, and I'm not huge on grunge to begin with. So, but yeah, I think it's a fine song. I think it's a fine and dandy song. Go ahead, use the emotions.
Yeah, you're right though. Like, In Bloom kind of steals the thunder for this
Definitely.
song.
Yeah.
So if this was like a track 2 or even maybe track 4, it would hit a lot harder. Like it may even be like my second favorite if it was further up. But yeah, the kind of familiarity fatigue is starting to set in.
If they made Drain You the single instead of Lithium, it would be the one with 600 million views, and Lithium would have 140 million views. It's all whichever one of these you wanted to pick as the single, basically. And if you had Drain You in place of In Bloom, it would have the exact same plays and popularity as In Bloom. That's how I feel. I feel like these songs could be pretty interchangeable, but they're great melodies and they're well written. So nothing wrong with it. So I come from a Banner Pilot fan, so I can't really say much.
All right.
Yeah, let's go into Lounge Act, which I've never even heard the title of the song. So
yeah, these three that we're gonna hit are like kind of like this is what I call the deep cuts.
All right,
as deep as deep cuts get on Nirvana albums, it's these three.
So if Dylan was a fan, these are the ones he'd pick for his favorite song. Right?
Yeah, he'd have On a Plane as his favorite.
Yeah, he'd like top 5 Nirvana songs on a plane and Lounge Act.
All right. Well, let's see. I feel like these may not have the familiarity as the others, so maybe it's a breath of fresh air for you.
Yeah, let's do it. Lounge Act.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. All right, Lounge Act. Elliot, what did you think?
Never heard this before in my life. Is it just me or the instrumental? This sounds like could have been like a Green Day song or something like that a little bit. Some of the song structure and stuff like that.
I think it's just you on that one.
It's just me, really? I feel like I'm gonna like try to isolate some like Billy Joe vocals and take the instrumental of this and send it to you and prove my point, but I won't do it here. But honestly, I feel like this record isn't overstaying its welcome by any means. I feel like the B-side still feels pretty fresh. I mean, this song isn't anything like I'm crazy about. I think it still has a good melody, but I don't know. It's not like a boring song. It's not like a song that I don't enjoy listening to. It's not anything I'm blown away by or I think is like really amazing or anything. Some of the lyrics are cool in it, but I don't know. I'll give this one like a 6.8. It's fine. So what do you think?
This has always been a skip for me. For me it sounds a lot more like I just keep hearing Joey Cape in the vocals.
Yeah,
like the vocal style.
I was gonna say
and
that it sounds like Badass. It sounds like Bad Astronaut. So the stuff he did in Bad Astronaut it really sounds very similar. Now I'm a Joey Cape stan defender. So I like that stuff, but I know you're not a big fan of a lot of the acoustic stuff that he does.
I mean, like even like on like Duh and stuff, I hear a lot of like the vocal delivery style. It is like very reminiscent.
Yeah, definitely.
For me,
this or even like Sleep or something.
Yeah, yes.
Sounds like it could be. Yeah.
Um,
Ugh.
this is definitely my least favorite song so far. Now, like we said, I kind of doomed myself with the low scroll. I just,
Yeah, I feel like you could retroact the lithium and raise it up a little bit if you want, but go ahead.
I
Stick by
just,
your gun. John, sticking by his guns.
I'm gonna do
All
what I
right.
do, and and that's that. And
Um,
that's get myself in trouble. But like I really don't feel that bad about it. Like I've never really liked this song, and I've had like 30
yeah,
plus years to get into it.
this song is like inconsequential to me.
Yeah.
It's short. It's on the B side.
Mhm.
Do I like it that much? Not really. I probably could go a little lower. I'll go 6.5. Go ahead, lower me down some.
You got it.
Um, just a little bit. Because I feel like I gave something else a 6.8 that I liked more.
Mhm.
Can't remember what it was, but I mean, nothing has been like as an album. I think it's fine.
Mhm.
I don't know how. I still, even though like I like everything, I still don't know how often I would go back and revisit this. It's a little out of the cultural zeitgeist of when it would have been really important to me and embedded in my mind as something to go back and listen to. Like, there's no nostalgia with this, so it's. But it is good. It is good. So
I think too, like one of the things we have to like remember that now, like music is so easily accessible, and we have like
yeah,
millions of albums available to us. Where like when this kind of stuff was coming out, you were limited to what you owned.
yeah.
So like that's the problem. Like I listen to this all the time because I had like 15 tapes. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
like
It's the same with me, but it wasn't Nirvana. It would be like well, I had the Rage Against the Machine record, so I'm pretty familiar with that one. The self-titled one with Killing in the Name of. I remember listening to that one a whole bunch, and the first Slipknot record, and so stuff like that. Do you listen to them over and over again? So I remember stealing my uncle's Slipknot cassette. So that was one.
you
I
just
listened
admitted
to a
to it
bunch.
now.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, I think this is fine. I still don't know how much often I'd go back and listen to the whole thing though. So just to be honest,
All
I think
right.
it's good though. I think it's good. There's a lot of good stuff on here. So I'd have to re-listen to the full thing again. We're not even finished, but
We're
I'm just yeah
75% through.
yeah.
So
I will say it doesn't feel crazy long or
yeah,
anything like
yeah, I agree.
I think that it's paced really well. So
Mhm.
I'm not in like, oh my gosh, hurry up and end. I'm fine with let's check out Stay Away. So
All right, let's get to this next one here. Like Elliot said, it's called Stay Away. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, we'll see what you think. Another deep cut. So here we go in three, two, one. All right, that was Stay Away.
the ending of that sounded like what people who hate grunge think grunge sounds like.
Yeah. You have the drum solo in there at least at the end.
Yeah, it's cool. I felt like I feel like it's better than Lounge Act.
Yes.
I feel like it had the potential to be a really good song, but even though it's super short, I feel like it's a bit repetitive and overstays its welcome a little bit.
Mhm.
Not super huge on this one. I mean, the chorus is just "Stay Away," and Joey Cape really does sound like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Like the melodies are so similar on a lot of these. I could see Joey Cape on Duh just going "Stay Away" and something like that. I could see him doing that. I was hearing it in his voice, the Duh style vocals. But um, yeah, I don't know. I'll give this like a 7. I think it's a fine song. It's a fine and dandy song.
That's
So what do you
high,
think?
man. Um,
Yeah.
I
It could be lower. It's just I've already given Lounge Act like a 6.5. I feel like it's
yeah,
better than Lounge
it's
Act.
better, definitely better than Lounge Act.
I'll do 6.8 because I would probably never listen to this song again.
Mhm.
I feel like my scores have just been a little too high, or something like that. These lesser tracks. I mean, I don't dislike any of them. No, I can't really go too low. It's just like they don't do too much for me. And like once you start getting down to like 5 territory, for me, that's just like it's a song you don't want to listen to. I mean, it's not like offensively bad, but I mean, I could listen to these and people
Yeah,
come on. It's
we're
fine.
we're getting to like the deep
I
cut
love
filler.
Yeah,
Um,
we're firmly in the B side. I'll say that. This feels like a B side. I mean, we start. I'll say it starts pretty strong with Territorial Pissings
yes,
and
yeah.
Drain You, but yeah, this is firmly B side territory. So
Um, so this is where I'm at with this song, and I've always kind of felt this way. It feels unfinished. Like it feels like you're saying the beginning. It's kind of pulls you in. You're like, okay,
yeah,
this feels good, but then it never really develops. It just kind of
yeah,
stays right where it starts. For I think 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The last 20 seconds are just kind of noise.
yeah.
So it feels long. Like it feels like they
It
had an
does.
idea and then that they needed a song, they just recorded it, and that was it. It doesn't do anything for me. If it was like 1 minute, I don't want to keep saying that, but like
If the song was 15 seconds, it'd be 10 out of 10.
see this is where like I always get into trouble, like because I said it, like my wife loves Nirvana and Tool and Nine Inch Nails, where like there's when you love bands like this, you're kind of okay with hearing something for a long time, and then punk fans, I don't want to hear the same thing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Um, ugh. It's better than Lounge Jack.
3 minutes is fine. I think the issue is it feels long.
It feels long.
It feels longer than it is. That's the issue because Smells Like Teen Spirit is 5 minutes, and you gave that a 10.
Yeah,
So,
because it's a bang. Like this is, I don't think anyone
Yeah.
would really call this a banger.
Yeah.
It's
Someone
got good
would.
parts. Yeah, I mean, it
There's
depends.
a Nirvana fan out there who's each one of these songs have a person who thinks it's the best song ever written. So I guarantee you. Maybe it's kind of weird to say, but who knows? So.
Yeah, this is, you can kind of watch the play counts. Kind of.
I feel like my scaling's a little off. I feel like I'd lower Lounge Jack and Stay Away. I'm not gonna do it, but my scaling's a little off. But I feel like it's a little lower because these are teetering skips.
Yeah.
Not really, but they are kind of teetering skips.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
These are two filler, and we'll see. I mean, the next one, On a Plane, we'll see how. I mean, the last song in here, the last song's got a shit ton of plays. So, well, I'm curious how you feel about
is
that
something
one.
the way the one that was on the Batman
Maybe
movie?
Maybe
It's like is it like an acoustic or something? Yeah, well, we'll find out when we get to it. It's fine.
we only got two left, so we'll get into On a Plane. I don't know if we need to do the hidden track. We'll get there when we get there. But
we'll ask the audience. So we'll do a poll.
All right.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, On a Plane in 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm on a plane. Elliot, what did you think?
I would say I don't think your wife can complain about Pennywise rhyming long and a long together. If I'm gonna listen to Kurt Cobain rhyme a plane and complain back to back multiple times. This is like a generic Nirvana song. Insert here. It does nothing for me. It's middle of the road. It's like I don't know 5.8. It's fine. I would never listen to this. It's not like bad. It's just kind of basic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I'm listening to this in 2024. This is a record that came out in 1991. Like, nothing sounded like this. So, but as me, just personal opinion, listening to it right now, even song structure wise and vocal melodies, not enough to save this one from just kind of getting roasted here a little bit. I don't know. This is a firmly a B side. Is firmly a B side, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's much better than the last two.
Okay.
I think it's.
I might agree with you. I think my scaling's a little off.
Yeah.
Though.
It's.
I think Stay Away is stronger. It just kind of flounders towards the end. Yeah. So I think Stay Away is a little stronger. It just kind of flounders towards the end. But this one doesn't do much for me. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
I feel like it starts off really catchy. Like I like the core, melody and everything in it.
Yeah,
But like,
sounds like it's about to be another Drain You,
yeah,
another
it's
Lithium,
it's
another
very familiar melody
yeah.
again. But like it just like the last one, it doesn't develop really.
Yeah, it doesn't do it. It just kind of stays on that plane.
Hmm.
So on,
And
it just kind of
we can complain.
we can. I'm complaining. It's a bit of a boring track. I would skip it. I think it's a skippable one. I think these three tracks are kind of they're kind of justifiably the lowest streamed. They're justifiably the B sides. So
Yeah.
I'd say. Um, not that they're like awful. That like I don't feel like completely bored listening to these. I'm just kind of like just
Yeah.
kind of meh about them. That's all. Like they're fine songs, but on an album on a B side, like it's fine, I guess. But as individual songs, I would never listen to them. So
I still don't know. Like I have to remember next time we do one of these, Elliot. You got to remind me to record my scores, because now I'm
yeah,
like,
I'm trying to think here. I think you gave Lounge Act and Stay Away pretty low. They were in the 5. I
in
want to
the
say Stay Away a 5.5 and Lounge Act like a 4 point something. So
there we go.
that's fair.
I, again, I like it, but it just like, it doesn't grow. It doesn't do anything. There's no justifying the length, which it's only 3 minutes too, so that's kind of
I would say
great.
only punk fans would be like, this needs to justify its 3 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
it's true. It feels a little dragged out. The I don't really like the chorus too much. It's okay, but yeah, it's fine. These 3 songs are kind of not the worst B-sides we've even heard from doing one of these. I'll say that.
I think still like aggregate score wise is still going to be one of the higher ones we've done.
Oh, easily. I mean, this is one of the best records we've probably done this to.
Yeah.
Like before. I think this is stronger than the Black Parade, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I know you 100% do. So, but.
But yeah, we do have the acoustic song last. You probably have. I don't know about Batman.
I think it's the Batman made it super popular. It was in that new Robert Pattinson movie. If it's the one I'm thinking of. So I have heard this one if that's the case, because all of the gatekeepers were like, no one cared about this song until the Batman movie came on. All the people who were gatekeeping like one of the most popular rock bands of all time. Still, that's what rock fans like to do. Rock fans and punk fans love to gatekeep and love to say you're not a true fan because you don't know all this obscure stuff. So don't gatekeep. It's really obnoxious. Like a little bit. Obviously, you don't want, but it's too much. There's too much going on. So let's get into something in the way. Enough of my little spiel there.
No, it's good. Don't gatekeep. I agree. It's 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Acoustic last song. So a little parallel to Polly. So let's kick it off here in 3, 2, 1. Man, all right. The gatekeepers can keep that song, man. That's
this reminds me of Elliot Smith a lot. Makes me think of Elliot Smith a good bit. I don't know if you've listened to Elliot Smith, 90s artist. Lagwagon covered their song "Needle in the Hay," or not Lagwagon, Bad Astronaut.
I don't know if I know it.
Okay. Elliot Smith basically just makes like really, really slow, sad sounding songs like that, and I love them. I think they're great. Elliot Smith also another inspiration, like I said, to Joey Cape. So we've got 2 Joey Cape inspirations going on here: Kurt Cobain and Elliot Smith. As a final track, I think it's fine. I think it's a little too long. I don't think it really needs to be as long as it is. I didn't love it. I think Elliot Smith stuff that sounds very similar is much better, much more interesting. Listen to Speed Trials by Elliot Smith. That's a great song. So just throwing out some recommendations there. I don't know. This I thought I'd like it more though. I think it's too long though. I think this could have wrapped up in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We get we kind of got the point.
Yeah,
It really
nothing
does drone
changed the
on a
whole
lot.
song.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a final track, so it gets
Yeah.
a little leeway for being a
Hmm.
slow, droning, meandering song because you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do your little artsy, meandering stuff on a final track. Go ahead, do it. If you're gonna do it somewhere, do it here, and they did it there, so
Hmm.
I'm fine with it. But I don't love it. I'll do 5.5. I honestly can't find myself listening. I was trying to. I was thinking like this is kind of in a vibe of some of the slower, sadder stuff that I like to listen to, some of the more melancholy stuff. But I think that stuff is better. So go ahead. What do you think? I'm sure you hate this song. This is like an anti-John song. It is slow. It is long.
I'm
It
glad that we
is
have
droning.
downer,
Aneurysm.
downer slash aneurysm. Um, it's fine. I mean, that's the thing. It's fine where it is, but like, there's no world where I'm seeking out this song in any other capacity except where we're like listening to the whole
Yeah.
album. No, not for me. But like you said, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure people like loved this song, cry to this song, fall asleep to this song. I'm definitely more of the latter.
Watch the trailer to the Batman to this song. 'Cause this song was in the Batman trailer.
Yeah. Let's
Remember
go.
that?
I'm gonna go 2.0. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That's honestly higher than I
It's
thought it would be for
peaceful.
you. So,
It's not like abrasive like some things. So I'm giving it 2.0 because like I can easily just like fall asleep at my desk listening to
yeah.
this. So
So a 2.0 will translate for the audience at home. A 2.0 for a slow acoustic song to John is
mhm.
probably like a 6
Yeah.
for anybody else.
It's audio melatonin, so it's fine.
Yeah. We have to translate. When it comes to slow acoustic songs, it's 1 through 5 instead of 1 through 10.
It's probably 1 through 3, honestly.
1 through 3. So his scale shrinks back a little bit.
All right, but
So
all right, so we're gonna do now. I don't think the last track's necessary, by the way.
we don't have to do it. I'm fine. That
Yeah.
that was like a perfect way to end it. I don't really care about the hidden track. So if someone's gonna get upset about it, look, man. We've listened to the whole thing. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, now
I don't think the hidden track is gonna change my score that much.
So
So
final score.
I think even though I gave some of these 5s, I never really do it as like a tallying up of all the scores. I kind of do it as like an overall vibe of what I'm getting for the album. Because it's kind of hard to stay consistent, and sometimes you contradict your own scores doing
Mhm.
these things first time reaction. So I think overall I'd give this like a 7.5. I think it's a good record. Um that's what I feel like it is. So maybe a 7, but I'll go 7.5 because I think at least up until Drain You, the first 8 tracks I think were all
Yeah.
solid. I think they're all solid. Nothing wrong with them. But yeah, 9 through 12 is definitely just drops off. It's you didn't lose anything only listening to the A side, John. I'll say that. So other than Territorial Pissings good and Drain You's good, but yeah. So but the B side's still not that bad. What are you giving it?
So like in 1991, this is like a 9.5 album.
Yeah.
In like 2024, Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Breed, Drain You. There's a lot of really good songs on this. There's a lot of filler on this. There's a lot of redundancies on this. I'm gonna give it. It's tough because, like you said, like we've been pretty harsh for the last
on the
15
B-side,
minutes. Yeah.
But like I said, I don't always do it just by like what my ranking is for each song. It's kind of hard to say. It's just kind of like the overall structure and vibe of the album. And we got to go back and like the A side I feel like is it could be potentially a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't argue that with anybody. So, and especially in the 90s, I can see it being like a 10 out of 10. So, I mean, it's pretty strong. I mean, you had higher highs than me, and you also had lower lows than me. So it's I feel like we might be pretty close, honestly.
I'm gonna give 1 point for every song that I really like. That's how I'm gonna do this. Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom. I'll Come As You Are, Breed. Then I'll do one between Lithium and Poly. Territorial, Drain You. So I'm at 7. Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping it real, man. I'm gonna go 7.
Okay. Okay.
That's my.
I mean, that's where I was kind of feeling too, but I'm gonna go with 7.5 until I give it another re-listen.
Yeah, like that's my 2024 score. My 1991 score is a 9.5, but right here, right now, it's a 7 out of 10 album. And that feels right. It feels right. The way the last 15 minutes have gone. You know me, dude. Sometimes that negativity can weigh heavy on me, and I get affected the rest of the way. But
honestly, I feel like how this is structured, and even like the mediocre songs, like they were never that like that mediocre or even that bad. So I never felt like, oh my gosh, hurry up and end. I just kind of always felt like, I could skip this one. I don't really care about this one. So it never felt like. Whereas, like, I felt like Sum 41 was meandering, and and some of the other ones we did this to, where I'm like, all right, we need to pick something up here. To this, I was just like, it's fine, all right, it's over. But the first half was excellent. So, and I guess songs I never heard, Polly, which is pretty good. I think let's see how many songs have I never actually heard from here. So, like the first 6 or first 5 were familiar. Polly I never heard. Territorial Pissings I did heard it only as a cover. Drain You sounded familiar in the Lounge Act. So I only technically never heard 5 songs off this entire thing.
That's wild.
I never listened. I know it's everywhere. It's this is like one of those popular rock albums of all time. It makes sense I would have heard all of these somewhere in some which way, but I never even knew they were Nirvana songs. Like I think I heard Breed and never even realized it was a Nirvana song, to be honest. Never even thought about it. It was just like in the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of copycat bands that sound a lot like this later on. So
yeah, I mean, to me, like this could have been Alice in Chains. This could have been Soundgarden. This could have been this band or that band for certain songs, especially if you're only hearing it kind of in the background of something or used as an advertisement for a video game. As you know, Kurt Cobain would want his music to be.
Yeah. All right, but we'll wrap this one up here. If you guys have a suggestion for another album you want to see us react to,
real quick, we could say Paramore's Riot. We both I don't think ever fully listened to it, so maybe we could do that if you'd want to see that as one as well. But yeah, if another recommendation, also we'll accept.
Let me see how long Riot is. 42 minutes. We could definitely do that one.
We can do Riot.
Riot. We'll do that next. But if there's anything else, I want to hit some like 80s stuff we may have missed too.
I mean, you refuse to listen to Fresh Fruit, but
no, I ain't doing that one. I know it's bad.
Oh man! All right.
Unless it's like 20.
Like, have you listened to The Replacements? That'd be a good one.
Probably not a whole album.
Okay.
So it's
we'll figure it out. We'll see what the audience the people who made it this far, which all 5 of them. So.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll wrap it up. We're an hour and 10 minutes. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around the whole time. If you want to recommend an album, you can do so right down below in the comments, or you could join the Discord. We've got closing in on 250 members in there, so that's 24/7 punk rock talk, and there is a 50% off coupon for our new t-shirt that should be arriving next month, in the middle of the month. It's ordered, so yeah, join the Discord, leave a comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff helps support the channel. And as always, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.